All right, hello everyone. We're gonna go ahead and get started. There's not a lot of people yet, but I assume people are having connection problems and things like that, just because of the weather. So yeah, this session is recorded, just in case you have to leave early or want to refer back to it at some other point in time. We will be sharing the slides with everyone as well, through the Slack, and maybe we'll create a link tree for the Instagram as well. So don't worry about it if you have to skip anything or anything like that, or if you have any unanswered questions. We're all here and you'll have access to all the information that we covered today. And I just want to confirm, can everybody see the slides? Can everybody hear me first off? Okay, I'm getting some reactions. Okay, cool. So let us begin. So what the Google Student Developer Clubs are. Basically, there are a bunch of branches of this club throughout the nation and honestly internationally. And the whole purpose of this club is to bridge the gap between actually being able to code and use so many different softwares and getting access to those softwares, right? And so these programs are community based, and they allow for collaborations between different chapters, internationally as well as locally, nationally, statewide. And we host a lot of technical workshops, intern panels, and such, depending on what our audience and what all of you want to learn about. And then again, the technical workshops are a big part of this. But the second part of it is also the Google Solution Challenge, which we'll cover more about a little bit later. And again, our vision is basically just to connect with our local communities, help out the local communities, and also teach people and give people access to so many of the resources that Google has to offer. And we do that through the technical workshops. So what do we do? Basically, like I said, technical workshops are a big part of this program. We try to get access to mentors through the other chapters that we have, both nationwide and internationally, and as well as through some women ambassadors programs and other technical ambassador programs that we have. And then once we get access to these mentors, we're able to host technical workshops that allow you to build your skill set. And these technical workshops we hold on a wide range of topics, including TensorFlow. I can't think off the top of my head, but there's a lot of technical workshops, and they're very flexible in terms of if I get a response from someone on what specific technical workshops that they want, there's a very high chance that I will be able to coordinate that along with the rest of my team and find mentors and get you access to these various resources. And then another thing that we do is career prep events. So last year we did an internship panel. We might also do like a resume workshop, and things like that that will help you get further along in your career. I know last year our intern panel was a super big success. And so if that's something that y'all would like to see again, just give us feedback on that and we can arrange that for you. Another big part of this community is community building socials to interact with other developers. So again, this informational is virtual, just because I wanted to have it recorded and available on the website in case anybody wants to join later down the line or later in the semester, later in the year. But we will be hosting some in-person events as well. And, having those events allows you to interact with so many different levels of skills and people and majors and so on and so forth. And then lastly, we have projects. So again, we'll get into this. I believe we'll get into this a little bit later. But basically, like I said, a major part of this club can also be considered volunteering. And what I mean by that is basically we have this club to help out local businesses and local NGOs that there are. And our VP, our external VP, will reach out to these places and coordinate with them and see what help they need in terms of web development, app development, things like that. And then that becomes how we acquire projects. And then once we acquire those projects, our projects director will handle extra like further coordination with these NGOs and then create project teams. And so each of the projects that we're able to acquire, our members can contribute to through the technical workshops and things that you learn. And so this is a great way to add projects to your resume. And then these same projects might also be used for the Google Solution Challenge, which again, we'll talk more on later. And so I mentioned this already, but the global GDSC community is extremely large. And if you join the Slack, it gives you access to so many people across the world that have a variety of skill sets. It's a great networking opportunity and a great thing to have on your resume as well, just because of how big this community is. And it continues to grow every day, honestly. We see more and more chapters popping up everywhere in the world continually. And so how are we different? Again, I know the first impression is really just, oh, this is the same as any other coding club, right? But I think that it's different in a multitude of ways. Number one being that it's so much more hands-on, in terms of the technical workshops and the live panels and such, but also in the fact that you get to have actual projects to work on. You get to make an actual difference in the community. And I think that goes a long way. It's also more open than what we might consider other clubs to be. And so what I mean by that is there's access to this club basically aims to give access to people who still are maybe not necessarily as well in tune with coding skills, or maybe people that aren't even in computer science or engineering majors, right? So this club is more open in that sense, where you'll learn everything you need to learn to contribute through the club itself. You don't need to do anything additional. You don't need to go out of your way other than attending the events to actually be an effective contributor to this community. And then I've listed some goals here. Honestly, all of these goals are very valid, but I think my most major goal is to increase access. I think the resources that we have to offer are very valuable, and the problem is that most people don't know how to use them. And so I think my biggest goal as this year's new GDSC lead is to just increase access to resources, collaborate with as much people as possible, and so on and so forth. And I know I kind of dumped all the information on everyone just immediately, but now that you have a little bit of background, let's meet the team. So obviously, I'm the GDSC lead. My name is Angelique. I'm a computer science major, and I'm also pursuing a pre-med minor. I'm the class of 2025. And once you get access to this PowerPoint, you will have access to my LinkedIn, which is here. Fun fact about me is that I'm a first degree black belt. And last year, if you were a member of this club last year, I was the one creating all the posts and things on the Instagram and sometimes the LinkedIn if you were following that. And so, yeah, now I'm the GDSC lead. Interesting transition. But if you communicated to me last year, it would have been through the Instagram. And next we have our external vice president. So he can talk about himself. He's on the
Hey everyone, nice to meet you. My name is Salem. I'll be the external vice president for this year, and I'm a computer science major, class of 2026. And a fun fact about me is that I had femoral anteversion correction surgery when I was 11, so it's basically that my feet were inverted and I had to have surgery to fix them so I could walk normally. And over the summer, I was a software engineering intern at Chevron.
Now we have our internal VP.
Hello, everyone. My name is Abdullah Balbaid. I'll be the internal VP for the Google Development Club. Fun fact about me, I like playing soccer. So if you like playing soccer, let's go sometime. And yeah, that's all.
Our webmaster.
Hi guys, I'm Eden. I'm a computer science major and I'm a sophomore right now, so class of 26. I'll be your webmaster, so I'll be taking care of the website and stuff. That's my LinkedIn, it's linked there. And then my fun fact is that I've been playing flute for 8 or more years. So yeah.
Our projects director.
Howdy, my name's Arnav. I'm a computer science major, and fun fact, I like playing pickleball. And this past summer, I was a software engineering intern at Principal Financial Group, and I look forward to being your projects director. Yeah.
And finally, our marketing director.
Howdy, I'm Kyungsa Choi. People go by Choi. Usually, I'm your marketing director for this year. So I'm class of 2026, sophomore in general engineering, trying to get into computer science next semester. Fun fact about me, for my whole life, I thought Caesar salad is using red dressing. I didn't know there's Caesar dressing. I just found out the truth this year. But yeah, that's about me. I'm so excited to be your marketing director.
Okay, so we don't have the rest of our team on the Zoom today because of time availability, but our faculty advisor for this club is Dr. David Kibo. And honestly, he's not a very big contributor to the club itself. He's more of like a management type of situation. So anytime we need something managed, it'll happen through him. And then we have Daniel Fiorella, sorry, excuse me, I can't pronounce the name, but he's the community manager in the US. And so he just kind of manages all the clubs as a supervisor, kind of. Again, not really directly related to the club itself, but so the Google Solution Challenge. This really honestly does not apply to this organization just yet. So it'll be a little bit of time before we actually get started on the Solution Challenge. But basically, it's an annual contest by GDSC, and all of the people that participate in GDSC can choose to participate in the competition. And it's just you developing solutions to local problems and then, submitting that for the solution challenge, and then you win, or, whatever it is. And so we kind of facilitate this or give you access to groups and things through our outreach programs, where we'll get local NGOs, businesses and stuff on board and see what kind of projects they want done, and then work on those. And again, Arnav will be coordinating that once we get some projects on board. But there's a QR code if you want to learn about last year's challenge. I don't believe there's stuff on this year's challenge just yet. I will keep y'all updated with that if I do see it come through. And yeah. And then we've already spoken a little bit about this. As of right now, we don't really have any projects going because, again, the way GDSC works, we kind of got a late start to our club just because of, getting officers. I myself wasn't actually the lead until a few months ago, and then there was a whole string of processes that had to happen before we were able to actually get our whole team together. And so we don't have any projects as of right now, but I would be on the lookout for those, and I would hope the next month or so. So we're gonna get started working on that and getting the project teams. And then once this information does get to us, we will then deliver that to you through the Slack specifically. We might post an update or two about it on the Instagram, but I think the main point of access to a lot of resources is going to be through the Slack, and so those links are going to be given later in the PowerPoint. So stay updated on your Slack if you want to genuinely be involved in this club. And then this was a previous app that our last year's GDSC lead worked on, and there's a small video about kind of what they did. So I'm gonna play that right now if you'd like to watch it, or I'll take a vote in the chat if y'all want to just take a look at that yourself later. Anyone? Do we want to see it? Do we not want to see it? Later? All right, cool. Okay, so that'll be there for you to access at your leisure. And again, I would have pushed it to watch it right now, but I also realized that the Google Solution Challenge is a little bit later. So you're free to watch it on your own time. And yeah, that's great. Okay, now membership criteria and membership dues. We're an open club. The whole point of this club is to get people access to resources, get people to, figure out how to use, build a ton of skills, build networking, their own networks and things like that. So if we had membership dues and membership criteria, we would be limiting that. And so we don't have any membership criteria. Now, does that mean that some people choose to be a little more relaxed about it? Yes. But at the end of the day, you get what you put in. And so if you are attending events, if you're, contributing to the projects that you will be in later on, then that's something that you can add to your resume. That's something that you're learning. And then obviously down the line, we're going to need officers for next year as well. So I feel like that's incentive enough to generate membership. And then these are all of our socials. Again, I won't hover on it for too long because these will be in the PowerPoint and you'll have direct access to the links later. So these are all of our socials that we use. I would say focus on using the Slack and the Instagram because those are probably going to be the two most active. The email is probably also going to be very active. So for questions, I think the quickest response you'll get on Instagram, but also the resources and everything will most likely be posted on the Slack. And then the email, if you have any suggestions for what we should do, any event ideas and things like that, it would be really helpful if you emailed it to us so we had like a official copy of it. And then I think that's it for us today. Do I have any questions? Do I have any suggestions for event ideas? Anything at all? Is there anything that I covered that maybe you didn't fully understand, would like me to explain better? All right, I'll take that as a no. I guess we'll just end it there then. I will see y'all later. And then if everyone except for the officers could drop off. Again, if you have any questions, I'm open to answering them. But everyone other than the officers is welcome to drop off the call if there are no more questions. There we go. All right. Okay. So oh wait, hold on, let me stop recording.